What's up guys, Chef Mclean here. Welcome back to the channel guys. I know this is the first video in a long time, but I'm ready guys. And this one today, Victoria Day in Canada, and today we're doing a sweet heat inspired ribs, pork side ribs. You know, this one is near and dear to me. Last summer I did, quite a bit of grilling, and even though we're not on the grill today, this one is strictly done in the oven. I wanted to bring it to you guys. And hopefully you guys will like this recipe. You give it a shot, try it out, and let me know in the comments what you think. And yeah, if you haven't already, like the video, subscribe to the channel, and stay tuned for future videos. Let's get into it. A general tip to go by is like all ribs on the back side, there is this white membrane like right here, as you can see. So you want to go right in and make sure you remove that. If you leave it on, it gives you that tough texture. So as I said, we want to go in and remove the thin membrane on the back of the ribs. It results for better flavor absorption, and you escape that tough texture that you sometimes get if you don't remove that membrane. And once you find that grip, this membrane should come off pretty easily. And personally, I like to shop at the butcher, because the perks of that is I could just say to them, could you remove the membrane and trim it up a little bit for me, and they'll do that right away. You don't have to go through this tedious step, but it is a very important step, and you want to make sure that you do it before you get into applying your rub. So as you can see here, it's just a tin film that a lot of people don't remove, but it serves for a better quality ribs when you make it. And you can see it's a good piece of meat. You can see the marbling in here. You have a good balance of fat. So when you cook this, I'll make sure I put this one meat side down. So when all of these fats render out, they'll be draining down, and your meat will be sitting in that, which gives it a more flavorful, more moist meat. If you put it meat side up, when these juices run down, you can have a more result of a drier textured rib when you do it in the oven. We have some paprika. We have 2 tablespoons paprika, 1 tablespoon of MSG or Umami seasoning, 2 tablespoon garlic powder, 1 tablespoon onion, half tablespoon cayenne, 1 tablespoon of black pepper, and half tablespoon of salt. And the last ingredient that I'm gonna add is actually some brown sugar. You could do packed tablespoons, so I'll do about 4. And this will balance everything out. I put some salt in there. I got the peppers, the spices, and we're going for some sweet notes. So this will, marry everything together and add that, sweet component to kind of just round everything out and tie everything back together. So we'll just get in there and kind of just combine this. As I previously stated, guys, I'm no pit master. Everyone has their own technique, their own style. But, I watch cooking shows and, different inspirations from the things I watch online. And one of the things that I've picked up is, you kind of just add some mustard onto your ribs. It not only acts as like a binder for your rub, but the mustard has got quite an acidity factor, like a tang to it, and in the same process it kind of helps your meat to be tender. So now we just get like a generous amount of rub, and there's nothing wrong with over seasoning because it'll pack on to a certain extent and the extra stuff will just fall off. So we knock off on the end Flip her over. Same treatment, we go in. Guys, if you could smell this, you get the notes. First of all, just the spice in the air from the cayenne tells you you're in for a treat. You get the notes from the paprika. Even the tang from the mustard is coming through. And you can tell there is some serious spices in here that are at play. And once you can smell those things, you know you're in for a treat. And when I cook, I like really aromatic spices. You know, like Jamaicans, we're big on like pimento or allspice berries. You know, we hit it with some cloves, cinnamon, nutmeg. You know, those are all like pretty flavorful aromatic spices that, you know, we usually put into our meals when we cook it. And so if we take a look, this is the rub that we've just put on. As you can see, you know, and we'll just get a piece of foil right now, and you know, we'll wrap it up nice and tight, and yeah, get it ready for the oven. So when we prep this, guys, personally, you know, as I mentioned before, and I think generally speaking, we want to do it meat side down, because when those fats render, when it's steaming and those juices start flowing, we want the meat to sit in this juice. That is where all the flavor will come from, you know, where we'll get the real true taste of this rub that we've prepared. And so, you know, like, you get a sizable piece of foil, you know, we'll crease it over in the middle. Be careful if your ribs have like protruding bones. You don't want it to break the foil, because the same reason why you lay it meat side down is to keep those juices in, and if you pierce the foil, your juices will actually fall out, and we don't want that. So, you know, we'll try to do our best to keep it all together without piercing that foil, because our ultimate goal is to keep everything together. And after you've done that, you have this nicely wrapped rack of ribs. Guys, ideally you would want to marinate this for, you know, minimum 2 hours, but we're in a time crunch. You know, it's Victoria Day here in Canada on May 24th. I've preheated the oven to 300 degrees Fahrenheit. You know, these will, for the first 10 to 20 minutes, I like to do that where the oven is hotter than I intend to cook it for. So it just sets that temperature, that feel for the ribs. And after about 15 to 20 minutes, I drop it down to 275 and let these go for a total cook time of about 2 hours and 30 minutes total. At around the 2 hour 15 mark, we'll check it, you know, we'll see what we're working with, and then we'll go from there. All right, stay tuned. Once we have the ribs in the oven, we're gonna go ahead and work on our glaze that we'll do for these ribs today. And I kind of want to go for, you know, I don't really want to go for the classic, you know, just a store-bought barbecue or, you know, a homemade barbecue or something like that. I wanted to, as the title suggests, bring, you know, like a sweet heat component type vibe to the ribs. And so today, you know, I'm gonna be putting in some honey. If you're at home and you want to try this as well, you know, about 1/4 cup is fine. I'm just gonna put a couple squirts in there. I'm gonna do some Dijon mustard. We're going to Worcestershire. That one, same, ½ teaspoon. Premium soy sauce. I'll do about 1 to 2 teaspoons. Mushroom dark soy sauce, you know, and this is just to build like a depth of flavor. Bring some earthiness to the glaze as well. About a teaspoon or 2 of balsamic. Not too much, not too little. Half cup or so of just tomato ketchup. A couple splash of chili flakes. And just 1 cup of water. This one will give it a good stir, and then we'll simmer this over low to medium heat and let this come together. So guys, the sauce has been simmering for about 15 minutes now, and you know, as you can see, the consistency is where I'd want it. You know, like, it's not too thick and it's not too runny. It's easily, like, I can easily apply it with like a basting brush. And so as of now, we'll check the ribs out and see what we're working with, and if the doneness is good and we like what we see, then we'll go ahead and you know, slather this bad boy on and show you what we're working with. So with our finished glaze, we'll just get like a basting brush, as I said before, and we'll apply a generous amount to each piece of ribs. And you know, we'll go in, we'll repeat this process. So this is the undercut. This is the bone side facing up with the meat side down. You know, we'll glaze this side first, get this side nice and caramelized, and then we'll finish the side that we'll present after. And guys, you don't want to be stingy here. I think, you know, one of the things for me that can make or break a rib is that dressing, that sauce, that glaze, you know, and you want to really be generous, let's say, for lack of a better word. Let's be generous with it, you know, nice and slathered on, because when you pick it up, you should be, you know, finger licking, enjoying every last bite, and that's what we're going for here. So as you can see, I'm being really generous with this this glaze. And so yeah, we go in the oven on broil for about 2 to 3 minutes per side. As you can see, it's nice and glazed, pretty sauced up, and we'll be right back. So guys, the ribs are done. I finished broiling it in the oven. You know, I double sauced it, and just here you can see, you know, again, when I started, the meat was all the way to the end and it's pulled away from the bone, which is a good indication that, you know, the ribs are done. And yeah, I'm happy with the doneness. I'm happy with the saucing on it. So let's slice this open and get a taste and see what we're working with. We'll just go right in. We'll take a little segment off and we'll see. So if we look in here, we can see we still have juices going in. It's not too soft. You know, we have good texture. And if we were to go in and just slip that off, look at that, guys. That's absolutely amazing. And yeah, now we'll go in, we'll get a taste and see what we're working with. Oh my god. Look at this, guys. You could taste the cayenne. You get a bit of that smokiness that I added from the mushroom sauce in the glaze that I made. You get a bit of sweet. You get the heat again from the cayenne and the chili flakes. Guys, this one's a winner. And one of the best things, we have a very clean bone. You know, I'm gonna have to taste another piece of it, guys. It just melts in your mouth. Pork side ribs, I may have just changed my mind, because usually I get the pork back, but doing the side, I chose to do the side this time. And yeah, guys, make sure if you haven't already, give this video a thumbs up, like and subscribe, and you know, there will be more frequent videos coming in. And yeah, I hope you like this video. Make sure to like and subscribe. Tune in for future videos. Thanks for watching.